Happy World Malbec Day. On this day, on April 17th, on 1853, Michel Pouzet, a French agronomist, was invited over by the Argentinian president, Domingo Faustino Sarmiento, to plant some grape varieties of Malbec in Argentina. Now, Malbec originally comes from France, but was largely seen at the time as just a blending grape, but had great potential in Argentina. And when they went ahead and did this, it adapted to the high Andes mountains and it was retaining their acidity and was doing really well. But there was one big problem about 100 years later. In about 1940s, you had the authoritarian regime of Los Perones. They started giving incentives for the winemakers to remove these 100-year-old Malbec vines and switch them out for cheaper grape varieties to try to boost the economy. It didn't work and it was a catastrophe in Argentina. But in Argentina, they did catch a lucky break because in 1956, there was the big spring frost that nearly killed off all of the Malbec in France. And this opened up the doors for Argentina to put the pedal to the metal and started making way more Malbec to give to the world. But there was still one big problem. The quality was just not there. It wasn't until the late 1980s to early 1990s they brought in stainless steel temperature controlled tanks to make high quality Malbecs, to such an extent that now most of the people think that all the Malbec in the world comes from Argentina. And actually about 75 to 80% of all the Malbec in the world actually is produced in Argentina. And ever since then, in honor of Michel Pouzet and Domingo Faustino Sarmiento, April 17th is known as World Malbec Day. See this one right here? This is the Celestino wine that we have from one of our winemakers that we represent. And I'm happy to say that this man's grandfather of the Cassone family was one of those people who decided not to actually sell out. And so what you're getting here is actually 100-year-old vines of Malbecs from one man who had the foresight that he wasn't going to sell out. And this is a very special wine that I would like you to enjoy.